All right, reverse gallop this week. Here we go. 60. 1, 2, 3, and 40. And 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. 140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, number 2. 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. 140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holy moly. All right, number 3. 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. 140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why I'm getting lost? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay. All right. So mode idea. So yeah, I'd like you to do here beyond changing the mode and do it any order that you want. So one suggestion is just after this Aeolian, make it Ionian. Or make it, you can kind of just change to a mode that's more closely related to it. So changing the Aeolian to Dorian would be a good idea because it's just one interval difference. Also, changing it to Phrygian next would be a good one because it's also one interval difference. But it doesn't really matter which one you do. So when you're doing this, the thing to think about is like, well, what intervals are actually being used here? E is always number one. Always. And I'm starting with E Aeolian, so all the notes on the A string, those are the intervals to think about. So that's the 1, that's the 2, minor third, fourth, then back to the minor third, second, root note. And then we go down to the minor seventh, down to the minor sixth, fifth interval, flat 6, flat 7, root note again. So, just for example, if we were to change this to Dorian, then you got to take this note here and raise it up a half step. Not this note. Wait a minute. This one. That's the flat 7. That's the flat 6. So this would need to be raised up to the 4th fret. So it would end up looking like this. And then that would make it E Dorian. So we'll type that in. And then, kind of change this so we can actually see it. Let me come over here, make sure this panel is turned on. Yep, so the cursor is at the start of that bar, the new line, the new mode. You're going to think about, well, what key contains E Dorian? So Dorian is the second mode that occurs in your major scales. So go back a whole step. That gives you the root note for this one. So basically E Dorian is the second mode in the key of D major. So D Ionian would be the, I guess you call it the parent mode. But based off the D major scale, but because E is the tonal center, it's now E Dorian. So come over here to this, click on that guy, drop it down, key D, and there we go. So I want you to do that for each mode that you input. This way you get used to thinking about, well, the key that you're actually changing it to. Because when you're changing modes, you really are, well, if you're changing modes with the same root note, like what we're doing here, each one of these modes will be a new key. So, let's close this out, back to that. Just like just to demonstrate the sound difference here. And do this any tempo that you like, with or without a metronome, it's totally fine. I feel like I got a sneeze here. There it goes. All right. So the Aeolian. And now we change it to that Dorian. Something like Ionian, then we really got a lot of stuff to change, so that would make it E Ionian. So spend as much time in each one that you need to hear how each one sounds different. And eventually, just like running through all of them would be a good idea, just like one sitting, I should say. Alright, well, I think that about covers it for the theory work this week. But yeah, any questions, let me know, and I will see you again next week.